Happy 4th of July. I'm going to have a real talk because I think this doesn't get spoken about as much in the spiritual community of how things go wrong. Oh my gosh. Something really good must be happening for me soon. That's all I can say. Or I'm upgrading my energetic frequency. I have no clue. But guys, when things just back to back to back to back fail, it's usually a good sign, okay? So I'll do another update later to figure out what it was that led to the disaster of a week that I had. And just to allow you to understand these things happen, but how you react to it makes all the difference, okay? So Monday night, autoimmune flare, could have gone to the emergency room, but I didn't because I knew what was happening. 36 hours in agony, managing that flare. So by the time I started to actually feel normal, it was Wednesday. Wednesday, I was supposed to fly out to Connecticut, and I had to cancel my half of that, travel arrangement, the flight, the hotel, and the rental car, and all of that. And my kids went with their dad, who was going all along. So in a way, I was like, well, maybe the universe didn't want me to go with him. So I don't know, because the flare came out of nowhere. Normally, I experience what I experience under high levels of stress. That's when my body says, you've had enough, I can't do this. But I wasn't stressed out. So anyway, canceled my flight. I didn't go to Connecticut. I canceled my PTO with my boss. I stayed working. Fine. I was supposed to go on a date and meet a guy on Tuesday night. So Tuesday morning, I had to say to him, I can't make it. I'm sick. I'm really sorry. I even told him I canceled my trip to Connecticut, so we can meet another time. I'll let you know when I'm feeling better. And he actually responded so sweet and kind. He was like, yeah, it happens. I get it. Don't worry, but we could still talk to each other, until you feel better. And I was like, I didn't expect that. I expected what normally guys do, and they get mad because you can't make a date and you canceled. Whatever. So then we planned to meet up on Friday. I worked Friday, and I told him I could meet him after 6 because after work I was going to my friend's house, and I didn't really want to meet him on Friday because I was going to my friend's house, but I was like, let me just do it because I don't want to seem inconsiderate that I'm saying Friday doesn't work for me. He already allowed me to cancel on Tuesday. Let's do this. Whole time between Tuesday and Friday, we're texting and, just having normal conversations. He seemed decent. He seemed witty. He seemed kind. Friday morning, he says, can't wait to see you later. And I said, yeah, me too. And I said, okay, I'll see you at 6, where we designated to meet. And he's like, actually, can you move it to 6:30? I said, sure, no problem. I'm at my friend's house and I leave and I say, okay, I have to start driving for this date. It was a 30-minute drive. I sat in my car and I went to go text him on the app to say, hey, I'm on my way. He completely deleted me off the app. So I had no way of communicating with him. And I was like, what? People are that evil? I arranged my day to meet him because I got sick the first time. I genuinely was like, ugh, I hate people right now because who does that? A normal human would have been like, hey, you canceled. I feel disrespected. I don't want to continue this. No problem. Why engage for so many days to then just basically cut me off and say, it was all a joke, So anyway, lost my faith in humanity. Friday, went back into my friend's house being like, guys, don't ever get divorced. It is rough out there. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Anyway, so then today I go to the Springs, and I was going to go on my paddle board for a couple hours, and all the parking spots are taken except for one. So I squeezed into one because this guy's like, yeah, go ahead, park there. And when I come back, a motorcycle parked right behind me between the car and I, so I couldn't leave because I was basically kissing the fence with my headlights. And the space I gave myself between the car behind me and me was just so I could back out of that space. It was I had to K-turn 20 times. So now I'm like, how do I figure out whose motorcycle this is? Because I'm trapped. 2 wonderful people helped me at the Springs to identify the young gentleman who parked behind me. And I could have gotten mad at him and been like, oh, why'd you do that? You know, and he like literally out of the blue, he's like, oh, I thought you could get out. I'm like, no, bro, like I'm against the fence and your bike. I can't move. Like what, my car can just shift to the side, you know? No, I can't do that. So because I didn't yell at him or anything, he was kind enough to like help me so I didn't have to do so many K-turns, like really let me get close to the fence and the car behind me just to get out of that spot. And then I'm driving away. And the GPS takes me a different way home. And I'm like in like Florida wilderness. Like you see the springs, just open land on either side. There's no speed limit sign. And my car's telling me it's 55. I'm going 40 because I'm like, I don't know where I am. I don't trust it. Truck behind me is right on my bumper. So I'm like, okay, let me speed up to 45. I speed up to 45. I start seeing like business buildings. I start slowing down. And all of a sudden I see a cop on the other side of the road heading towards me, and he abruptly stops, spins around, and pulls me over. And I was like, what is going on here? So he pulled me over saying that I was going over 40 in a 30-mile-per-hour zone. And I was like, I don't know when the speed changed. I don't see a sign. And he's like, the sign's right there. Like literally it was like 3 car lengths behind me. He had just turned to 30. And I'm like, okay, so I'm like, all right, like I accept my fate. I can't argue it. I even said to him, like, my car normally tells me the speed limit. And he's like, oh, we just changed it. The GPSs aren't updated, so it won't tell you that it dropped down to 30. And I was like, all right, bro, it is what it is. And I guess because I was apologetic and nice and I don't really have anything on my record, I didn't argue with the cop. I didn't anything. I just said, yes, I accept my fate. He came back with only a warning. You know, he could have given me a ticket. And I was very grateful for that. But I'm just like, what is happening? Boom, 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 boom. I'm afraid to leave my house. I'm supposed to go to my other friend's house now for the 4th. And I'm like, I'm afraid to drive. I'm afraid to park. I'm afraid to meet people. I don't know what to do. But it's all falling apart. So I just want you to know, those things happen. And it can happen in like sequences, like boom, 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 right after each other, one another, whatever, however you say it. It's normal. It's normal. Just be patient, have grace, be kind. It's free to be kind, and let it happen the way it's meant to happen without upsetting your day. Because if you let it ruin your day, you lower your vibrational frequency, and whatever's meant for you that's trying to trip you up, and it's like your last test before you get something cool, that cool thing won't come to you when you trip yourself up. So stay graceful, stay peaceful, be happy, smile. The world sucks. Make the best out of it. Have a great day.